What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another collaboration beer. This time between Two Villains Brewing, and they are coming soon to Vernon Township, New Jersey, and the Abomination Brewing Company, and they are a nomadic brewery that brews out of the 12% Beer Project location in North Haven, Connecticut, and this is their Crawling Out of the Fog. So they're calling this one a New England style double IPA that comes in at 8.5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review, this can is just under 2.5 months old. I want to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to a very good friend of mine and a fellow beer tuber, Josh, over at Last Beer for this one. I am very happy he sent this one as an extra in a beer mail, and the beer mail was pretty much focused on Parish Brewing Company beers. He sent me some local favorites and stuff that he enjoyed, and I know that he had this beer, I think it was mid to late August, and was loving it. And he asked me, he goes, do you know anything about, Two Villains Brewing? I was like, I have no idea. So before I reviewed this one today, I did a little bit of research on them, like 5 minutes, and basically they were a brewery that had their own brewery in, I think it was Nyack, New York. It closed, so then they got together with 12% Beer Project and started brewing their stuff there, and then this past summer, they announced that a partnership with, I forget the other brewery, but they're going to open up a new brewery in Vernon Township, New Jersey. And I think the name of this beer kind of indicates that, crawling out of the fog, crawling out of I guess the bad news. They had their brewery closed, and they're basically doing, going to a brewery and having stuff contract brewed. And now they have their new brewery coming, and that's really cool to see. Clever name, and hopefully this beer is delicious. So this one's brewed with Citra+Mosaic, Simcoe, and Nelson Sauvin hops. Almost 2.5 months old. Will it still be really tasty? I have no idea. Like I said, I know that Josh really enjoyed this one, and with all the double dry hop and triple dry hop and crazy stuff happening nowadays, a lot of these beers, even 2-3 months old, can still hold up. So I'm hoping that this one is still extremely tasty. Try to generate a decent sized head as I spill stuff everywhere. Luckily, I do have some paper towels in. Just happened to be in my pocket, so do a little bit of a wash down sometimes. You would think almost 2,000 beer reviews I would have the pouring down. I just don't. You know why? Because I'm terrible at this. That's how it goes. So yeah, this looks beautiful. Has that milky kind of orange honey look to it, a little bit darker, but not oxidized or anything. Just has a little bit of a darker look to it. Murky, turbid, can't see through it. Almost a 3-finger of this off-white, almost eggshell white, super creamy, not going anywhere. Head, hold it up to the light. Yeah, that looks beautiful. Almost 2.5 months old. Looks fantastic. Let's get a nose. Smells fucking wow, what? Oh, so this is one of those beers. And again, I just brought back the channel, in the last, by the time you see this, last week or so, maybe 10 days. And I miss beers like this, and I would get them a lot of times with Hop Butcher beers, occasional hazies, but this has that dank, over-ripened kind of like fruit, like papaya, like over-ripened papaya, right? Over-ripened honeydew melon, things of that nature. Some of your more fleshy, stickier, creamier fruits. Yeah, there's pineapple too, but I'd say papaya and honeydew melon, 100%. Little underlying citrus, like an orange, maybe a little bit of grapefruit, like a grapefruit zest. But it's papaya, it's honeydew melon, crushed pineapple, sweeter pineapple. There's a omnipresent dankness that's kind of covering the aroma. It smells sweet, but like restrained to some degree, like it's not going to be crazy sweet. There's a little bit of like an herbaceous spiciness too from the hops. Dude, this fucking, I may have to rethink the whole typically when it comes to reviewing beer. The new age hazies and New England styles, a lot of times it all depends on the brewery, but like depends if it's double or triple or dry hopped or quadruple dry hopped and whatever the case may be. But sometimes I love them when they're 4 to 6 weeks old. Sometimes I get hop burn in that range. Sometimes I get hop burn when they're 2 days old. Sometimes I get hop burn when they're 3 months old. But like I typically, I don't want to do a disservice to the brewery because a lot of these will say keep cold, drink fresh. And, they want you to drink them within a month or two. And usually it's like the 3 month is a limit, but I've had, some of these hazies last, 6 months and still be delicious. So, I was kind of like apprehensive, to actually review this one, but I'm like, it's just, it's almost 2.5 months old. And the nose smells like it's like 2.5 weeks old. It's still super vibrant. Oh man, it smells awesome. And I want to get into it. So cheers everybody. Thanks again, Josh. Right off the top, this reminds me of a really well-made Hop Butcher Double IPA around, they do a lot of 7.5, but like one of their 8% ones that gives me that, again, over-ripened, fleshy fruits like papaya, honeydew melon, mango. That's kind of what I'm getting in here. Can I tell that it fell off a little bit? The taste is a little bit dialed back from the nose, which I kind of expected. This is still really good considering the age. The mouthfeel on this is higher side of medium, lower side of full. It's big. It's not too thick, but it definitely has a heft behind it, 8.5%. Yeah, it's appropriate. The mouthfeel, mild to moderate carbonation, maybe more approaching moderate, but it has a smooth creaminess to it. Really nice mouthfeel as well. So body mouthfeel, super nice. The taste, the nose carried over, but like dial back the intensity of the nose by like 25, maybe to like 30%. Right at the forefront, I'm hit with citrus. It's more grapefruit zest, a little bit of like an orange juice. But then right after that comes the creamy, fleshy, overripened papaya, honeydew melon, crushed pineapple, a little bit of like a mango. It's a medley of different tropical and stone fruits, and it's really nice. The finish is more of a spicy, dank herbaceousness. And I say spicy because it has like, it's not like rye, but it has like a spiciness to it. Almost like there's some kind of pepper in here. It just has like that zip of spiciness. It's really, really unique. Finish is semi-dry, very mild bitterness. I think the one knock on this one, again, age could be playing a role in terms of this specifically, but there's a little bit, it's a little bit too sweet, but it is 8.5%, and a lot of these hazy and New England style double IPAs and triple IPAs definitely can be too sweet. Certainly fresh, that is an issue. But even aged, this one, you know, it's kind of in that realm where it's not like crazy. I'm going to be able to finish that can. But I'd be one and done with it because of the ABV, but also because of the sweetness. I would like some kind of like mild to moderate bitterness. It's straight up mild. I would want mild to moderate, maybe approaching moderate. If they had like a full-on dryness, I could get by with it, and I would think it would balance out better. But it's just semi-dry, I think. And so it needs a little bit more of either a dryness or a bitterness, and I would prefer a bitterness. Still really fucking good. Like, thank you, Josh. Now I know why he was going nuts about it. I think he drank this one like 3 or 4 weeks old by the time, you know, it showed up to him or whatever. And yeah, this is really good. And the Fog series from Abomination, one of the, you know, better series, especially from a nomadic brewery. Like it's a damn good series. There's been a couple misses in there, but there's been a lot of hits. And this is a hit. And again, 2.5 months, almost 2.5 months old. It's nice. Yeah, not much more to say about it. Really good beer. The couple critiques, number one, it needs a little bit more of a you know, bitterness kick, dialed back the sweetness a little bit. And maybe that's it. Maybe only one critique. But anyway, Crawling Out of the Fog, collaboration between Two Villains and Abomination. I didn't really look at this. Keep cold, drink fresh. I kept it cold, but not drink fresh. Yeah, anyway, rating-wise, I'm going to give this a high 4.25 and go 4.35 out of 5. This is really delicious. And again, not super fresh. So I'd imagine fresh is probably in the 4 or 5 range. But again, I know why Josh really enjoyed this one because I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, just a damn good beer. And now as I sit here, I'm getting this lingering, like, again, crushed pineapple, sweeter pineapple, really nice. Just has a complexity to the tropical and stone fruits that I really dig. So price point availability, Josh sent it my way, so I don't know, but I will guess it's an Abomination beer. It's from 12% Beer Project. In my area, it's probably $6 to $7 for this can. What if you've had this one before, what did you pay for it? I'd imagine $6 to $7 for most people. If you buy maybe a 4-pack, maybe in like the $20, $22 range, I would assume. Maybe cheaper, maybe a little bit more expensive, I don't know. And availability, wherever you see Abomination stuff, you probably should have saw this because this one was, again, they are, I'm pretty sure, still brewing at the 12% Beer Project. It says brewed and packaged by 12%, North Haven, Connecticut for Two Villains Brewing. So if you can get Abomination stuff, you should have seen this. Would I recommend picking this one up? And now, by the time you see this review, you're talking, you know, over 2.5 months old, closer to 3 by the time you get to it. Yes, I would. I would advocate buying this because right now it's still doing extremely well. I don't think it's going to fall off another week or two, maybe another month or so. But if you see this one on your shelves and what I talked about in the review, that over-ripened fleshy fruit, that like spiciness on the finish, if that sounds good to you, grab it. Because I think as long as whatever beer store you're going to handles their beers properly, aka kept this cold the entire time, I think this is still going to be drinking extremely well in another couple weeks. So yeah, anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Like I said, if you've had this one before, post in the comment section. Thanks to Josh for this beer. 8.5%. Body, intensity to the beer, I can tell this is 8%. What I guess exactly 8.5. There's no booziness, there's no astringency, but I'd guess probably like 8 to 8.5. So I don't think it hides the alcohol, but it really doesn't need to. So yeah, it is what it is. To the next one. Cheers.